What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of the Think About It podcast. I am your host, Big Gay, and I'm here with my co-host,
Joe. What's good?
And today we got a special guest. You guys might know him as Run the Block. I know him as James, and only James. James, what's going on, baby?
What's good, guys? What's good? I appreciate you, having me on here.
Thank you for pulling up, bro. We appreciate it.
Always love, always
of course.
guys. I've known y'all forever, so I just appreciate y'all having me on here.
We appreciate you taking the mission to get here.
Come on,
to make this happen.
Introduce yourself real quick.
Yeah.
Introduction. Introduce yourself real quick.
I'm James. My company name is Run the Block. We buy and sell and trade shoes, clothes, collectibles, whatever you could think of that makes money. That's what we try to be involved with. We wholesale to stores, to resellers, and we're also just starting to venture on Whatnot and doing that as well. But that's pretty much what we do. You can follow us on all platforms, Run the Block 813, TikTok, YouTube, Instagram, and that's the goal this year, right? Trying to monetize on that.
That's it,
social
man.
media.
I can't swipe without seeing you guys.
100%.
So you're doing something right.
We're trying, and we're. I'm sorry, we're trying, but we're doing it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
We're being consistent, right? Trying to post content as frequently as possible. Having a team behind the content. Just taking it real serious and actually treating it like a business, not just like a couple guys that just sell some shoes. You know what I mean? Like actually trying to hone in on the business side of it. And try to critique these things and make it more business orientated versus just having the vibe of the guys that sell shoes.
No, for sure.
Yeah.
No, I respect that. I respect that for sure, man.
So that's pretty much what it is, man. And I appreciate you guys having me here today. And but yeah, that's me, James, Run the Block 813.
So how did 813 Run the Block? How did that become a thing? When did that start, and what made that happen?
The way the name came up, we were just chilling with a couple homies, and we were in a studio, and we're just doing dumbass shit. I was the manager or whatever of the group, right? So like trying to figure out names or whatever. And he was like, my homie was just like, "I'm gonna call you Block because you got a block ass head." And I was just like, all right. Yeah. And it's just been stuck ever since, and that's just what it is. And so when me and my business partner Mark met, we were doing a little bit of what we were doing now, but not like under business, right? Just doing it for the first year.
Absolutely.
Doing what we can before we make it.
What it does.
Before we make it an official business.
100%.
So when the time came to be like, hey, we're making it into business, what's the business name? I'm pretty sure it was me. I'm pretty sure, I don't want to just say it was just me, but I'm pretty sure I was just like, how about Run the Block?
Run the Block.
I was like, I'm Block.
Yeah.
I like to run shit.
Yeah.
I was just like, so run the block.
And 813 is Tampa?
Yeah, in Tampa, yeah.
There you go.
Yeah,
that's
so
pretty
I was
simple.
Like, Run the Block.
Run the Block. No.
And honestly, it was a fucking good ass idea.
For sure.
It was a really good idea. Yeah, a lot of my friends tell me like, yo, that name is literally, I was on the phone just on the way up here with my homie who I talked to in a minute, and he was like, I'm gonna mean to tell you, bro, that name is sick. Like, just literally just said that on the phone, swear to God. And it's just like, yeah, it's pretty good.
It definitely sticks because most of the time, like, I was talking to one of my boys that's coming up here, right? And they know you, they don't know your name. Like, yeah, I'm going up to A's house. We're about to shoot a podcast with James. They're like, who the fuck is James? I said, James. Block. They're like, oh, Block.
Oh, there you go.
That name is sticking with me.
There you go.
It's clearly
like nobody knows me as Ariel.
Yeah, Big A.
Yeah, Big A.
Yeah.
No, yeah, it's just Run the Block, man. And the venture is to do different things with the name Block too. I hope people don't take it, but we want we want to do real estate. I told you we bought a house just for the shoes, and
by the way,
for content.
That shit is genius. Can we talk on that for like a second?
Yeah.
There's a lot of young entrepreneurs out there right now that are renting 3,000, 4,000 square feet warehouses, and they're paying thousands of dollars. My man took a different route. He went and you bought a 4,000 square foot 2-story.
Well, we just bought a fucking 3-bedroom, two bath house, literally, and
just sell your sneakers out of.
Yeah,
and they use it as a space.
Essentially, just to get it the fuck out of my house.
Yeah,
Put it in a different house, which is convenient to me in an area that's convenient, and it so happened to just like it just fell on my lap the way this. I don't want to get too in detail.
Sure, no, you don't have to.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
Right, but the way it is, it's like literally when we started, I was like, I know we're gonna grow out of my garage, but I don't want to get a warehouse. I have trust issues.
No,
I don't want it to be like that.
Yeah.
So I want to buy a property, and either we buy a property that's big enough for me to live in there too with the shit, right? And we rent out my house, and we figure out that cash flow to pay, whatever it is to make it make sense.
Yeah, of course.
Right. Or we find a scenario that's perfect, and it so happened to be that scenario. You know what I mean? Like a scenario fell in my lap, and I was just like, "What's up with the crib?" And
but when you told me the story, for me, I'm a numbers guy, and I was like, you're making money out of a cash flowing a building that's growing equity, and you're paying a mortgage that's paying down the property while it's growing in equity, not paying a rent that you never see a penny from. So when you told me that, I was like, bro, literally. A lot of these younger dudes need to start doing shit like that.
And like when you break it down like that, that's like the truth, right? Of like maybe how my business partner sees it too, or his father, his family, how they see it. For me, it was just like, this would make sense. Like, why would I give a Joe Blow money for a warehouse when I could just go buy an asset? Whether it's either building your own warehouse and you owning the warehouse, right? Or you just buying a house that you want to do it out of, and then you can write off the whole freaking house. And the house is not a free asset, but it's an asset given to you that was either going to be paid to taxes or just paid to an asset. So it's just like, from based off the knowledge that I've learned, that's pretty much the gist of like how to say it, like in the street, street knowledge, dumb it down. Like that's kind of how I see it.
Plus the shoes are now more protected.
Yeah, and
they're not
their
home. The fucking warehouse.
And that too. And don't think we don't have nobody live. You know what I mean? Like I got some.
Correct.
Oh no, forget about it. It's Fort Knox, bro.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean? Like the plan is to make it a legit content house and to have it to where hopefully we can monetize off of it and make it to where like it's content vibe. Like I don't want and we're just now starting this stuff too, is like we're not just sticking to sneaker content either. Right now that my wife quit her job, I had her quit her job to just so she could focus strictly on being more like, I guess we need a female, right? We're just a bunch of men. So we need structure. So like Jaylene, according to these tests that my cousin had her take for to see for her job, like a personality test.
For sure.
She's the type of person, she's very structured, organized.
Love that.
And very can help assistant, where it could be keep it very structured. So I'm like, all right, baby, well, that's what you're going to do. You're going to freaking come over here and we need help with content. So you come up with the ideas. You're already on social media every freaking day, you know, scrolling on TikTok, whatever the fuck you're doing. And I was just like, you might as well help us with this. You give good ideas already. So what I need you to do is just create structure, create planning, scheduling, this and that and the third. So when my videographer shows up, he does not have his thumb in his ass. He just shows up and all he has to do is have his shoot behind the camera, dude.
That's it.
Shoot. Right. And that's what we're trying to get to. And that's what we're trying to, and be more catered to TikTok content, YouTube content, Instagram content, right? And for us, we're like, TikTok is more like personality, right? Show the personality of the crew, show everybody's personality, how goofy we could be, have fun, doing trends and doing dumb shit, right? Same with YouTube shorts too, but also have that more catered to a vlog lifestyle or something that we can find that's a niche for us that we could do and kind of keep it to that. And then Instagram is more like business, just business. So that's kind of where we're going with it right now. And trying to test it out. Obviously things can change, and
of course
we're going to mix everything and everywhere, because that's the type of person that I am. I don't like to just keep it like that. Like we could, why not just post it on everything? That's the type of person I am. But I understand that way of looking at it too. Let's try to structure it and see what can happen too. So that's kind of where we're at now, is with that type of content vibe, and why we got the house, not just for the shoes, but for content, and really just to
it just makes so much sense, bro.
It
makes so much sense in every
at the end of the day. It boils down to if I can afford it, why wouldn't I? Right. Why wouldn't I gain an asset? You know what I mean? Why not? So fuck it. And the way the scenario is, the way it is, like I said, handed to me, and how it was played out, and what needed to be in order to make it happen. I made it happen. And
sure.
They told me what needed, and I made it happen. So now we're that. You know what I mean? So just taking it one day at a time. My videographer is about to move in. In June, he'll be moving in. His lease is up. So once he's in, guys, it's game over. You're going to be seeing me all over social media. I mean, I'm going to have him wake up with the camera. It's going to be, I promise you, I'm just waiting for that moment, because there's a lot of obstacles, and don't get me wrong, obstacles shouldn't be stop you from doing things, but sometimes it can, and when there's a lot of obstacles, it can get a lot harder to go through a lot of them at all times, especially when you're wearing 10 different hats at all times, so that's a big obstacle. Him being in Tampa and me being in Apollo Beach, it's a big obstacle for us to find a spot to meet up to, and then make sure it's all coordinated properly, and so when he's here, it's just simply wake the fuck up with the camera.
You're gonna be waking up at your job.
Literally,
I kind of know that feeling.
Literally waking up, camera, and how much it may sound like people may hate that or whatever, but at the end of the day, I look at that, that's like an American dream, right? That's the dream, to be able to wake up and do what you say you love,
100%,
right? and no one really to like boss you at the end of the day, or like we're just you're literally waking up and doing what you love.
Yep.
That's fucking simple. So if you have to wake up every day at the crack of dawn and go to bed at 1 o'clock in the morning every day doing what you love, for the time being until you fix it and get it right and build it, and that's what you have to do. But at least you're doing what you love.
For sure.
You know what I mean?
For sure.
So that's like my mentality of it. Like I tell you, that's why we didn't pay ourselves. You know, it's like I'm just doing what I love and I'm building something.
No, of course, bro. In the beginning, you got to throw every penny right back into it.
Everything, man. And
that's a big mistake that a lot of young entrepreneurs make is they'll make a few first thousand, and what you see, I'm gonna go get my Rolex. I'm gonna go buy my Benz. I'm like, bro, don't do none of that stupid shit until you got 6 figures first, bro. And even then, bro,
still question it.
Still, bro.
I mean, bro, look at me. Like, not to like be like, look at me, but like, bro, I mean, we do millions of dollars in shoes a year.
Right.
Like,
but
like, bro, you saw what I pulled up in. Like, bro,
yo, bro, let me tell you something.
He pulled up in a hoopty. If y'all know.
You know what?
I didn't even see it.
We had this talk. It's like an 03 Tahoe.
03 Yukon.
03 Yukon.
Okay.
277,000 miles.
But it turns on and it runs.
And that bitch got fire AC and a busing system.
It's bro. That shit right there is so slept on, bro. I didn't buy my first new car till I was 40. And let me tell you how this went down. I was scrolling on Auto Trader for weeks and days and months, bro. Just scrolling like, man, one of these days I'm gonna get me an F-150. I want a pickup truck so bad. I want my inner redneck to come out. And it's Memorial Day weekend. And the sales are hitting, and I'm like, damn, man, this one's 52, is on sale for 45. My ex-wife at the time comes up to me, she goes, why don't you stop being such a pussy? You got the money, just go buy it. Yo, bro, I looked at her like, damn.
For real?
Yo, for real. Yo, so I was like, you know what? Let's go look. I'm not looking to buy it.
No matter, Big A is always going to be Big A.
Yeah. I was like, yo, at the time I had a 2013 Acura TL, the technology package. It was a beautiful car, bro. And it's now 2018. We go over there, bro. What was that, bro? I just saw her. It was just like, she was just pretty and blue. And I was like, yo, can I test drive her? You know what I'm saying? And I did. But I guess what I'm trying to say is I waited till I was 40, bro. You know what I'm saying? And I made sure that I had assets that paid that.
Don't get me wrong. Like in my young days, 18, 19, 20, when I was doing what I shouldn't be doing, but making a lot of money, I was living the lifestyle that we're talking about where you're fucking spending everything, going to the club, doing whatever, making endless amounts of money. But it's like you say, when you get that quick money, that money leaves just as fast as it comes in, just because it's just the way of life. That's the way it rolls.
No, for sure.
Right. But as I grew up and as I allowed the responsibilities to come more onto me, I feel like that type of mentality that Big A speaks about the, being more, I guess, just aware of what you do with the money, really started to implant in my brain. Like I've always been good with money, maybe making money or hustling or whatever, doing this, but I never really understood money. That makes sense. I'm good with it, but I never really understood it. Now, it's a whole different ballpark.
For sure.
You know what I mean? Now I'm an animal. Now you done fucked up. You know what I mean? You done taught me this shit. You done fucked up.
I love that shit.
So that's just what it is, and I give that all to my business partner, right? Give that all to him for.
You do always give him props, bro.
Yeah,
always.
bro,
because
he's always in the back. You know.
Yeah, I love that.
No one knows him. You know what I mean? No one knows who the fuck he is, but
bro.
Bitch, without him, I wouldn't be me. So then
get you a Jewish friend.
So then
James, true or not true?
Nah, true as fuck.
Get yourself a Jewish friend. Yo, bro, if you won't learn from him, you'll learn from his dad, his grandfather, his great uncle, somebody, bro, because the way they work is so united and so beautiful.
Thankfully, I'm a sponge, bro. Thankfully, I'm a sponge, and I have big pride. Don't get me wrong, I'm very prideful, but I know when to hone it down a little bit and become a student.
Yeah, you have to
it's
sometimes.
not that hard, bro. It's not that hard, and even it comes to going through hard times, and just to make you a student, like it doesn't matter. I'm still gonna be a fucking student, and that's what I needed to be. Was a student at that time when I went through that tough time with Vault, right? Learning these mistakes, and he just came right in because he's been asking. Like we met through one of our mutual friends passed away, and we met at the funeral. Right. And just that's the way it went. And I invited everybody over to my house for like a New Year, a 4th of July party. And he came. And so we all just wanted to stay close because of our mutual friends. So we were like, we're going to be friends now, all of us, because we were, and that's just what it became. And we were all over. And I forgot what it took. Like, I think I was working for a company and I was just talking like how we're looking for investors, this, that, and the third, just doing just talking, right?
That's
and
it.
Just always talking about business or whatever, just talking to whoever it is. And he overheard it. And then me and him started talking about business and how I was doing the store and how he was already interested in the shoe shit because he saw it and he was already like intrigued with it and how he does this, that, and the third. And already said like, well, I got some money like to the side, a little bit of change and we can start a business up. And I was like, nah, told him like 10 times, nah. And then he literally just showed up with the money. It was just like, you can't say no. So, and then it started. And then I left Vault 813 and now it's here. It was just $22,000 what we started with.
Look at that, bro. And 22 grand. That's beautiful, bro.
And with his expertise in what he knows and what he knows best allowed me to learn that and then turn it on. And he says this, which is funny. It sounds kind of bad. It sounds like he's like my master or whatever. But no, it's literally, he says like pretty much like you're the dog on the chain.
Okay.
Right? And he's like, when we learn things and when you learn this, it's pretty much like, all right, go attack.
Yeah.
Got it.
Yeah. So like, respect. Yeah.
That's the relationship where it's like, all right, bet you know it, teach me and let me go teach our team because my delivery might be better or how I do this and how I do that or whatever might be a little bit better so I can approach them, but also teach me this with business and let me go handle the rest. You know what I mean? It's just due to the fact of me having the ability to be a people person or be a chameleon to be able to blend in any room. That's why I feel like just give me that. Yeah. Give me that authority. You teach me and I'll take it my way and go do what I do. But just trust me, you know what I mean? Just because of the fact that I feel like I have the ability to blend in any room, so I can approach any business and talk to them if I need to.
Closed mouths don't get fed, bro.
Versus like if he were to approach him, it may be like his tone may be or whatever, you know what I mean? Just maybe a bit privileged or maybe something, something.
For sure.
Which is not saying it's wrong or right or whatever. It's just like in this context, you can't be like that. Especially when trying to break the ice with someone. Yeah. You know what I mean? You have 100%. To learn how to roll with it. Yeah. And, so that's like the dynamic that we have. And that's pretty much what it is. Like, it's fucking teach me and I go do what I do. And now it's just like, I don't know what the fuck he can do now. He done taught me everything.
You know what I mean? How many years has it been since?
Well, we just had our anniversary. What's funny, we just literally just had our anniversary on May 5th. It's been 4 years.
Oh, beautiful.
We've been officially like in business. It's been 5 years because we did it for a year first without getting an LLC.
All right.
And then, so it's been officially 4 years, officially LLC.
Officially as a business.
As a business.
But you guys have been rocking for 5.
Yeah, I've been rocking for 5.
Cinco de Mayo. Yeah. Love that. That's beautiful.
Because that's Mark's birthday. So he did it. To have birthday present for himself that year was to go make a business with me.
That's so fire, bro. Yeah. Love that.
It was awesome, man. It was awesome. And we're here now. Like, even if the shoe shit doesn't do whatever forever, right?
Yeah, for sure.
Just like I said, we want to do different shit. It's not just Run the Block. We also have Run the Checks, right? Which is just a company that pays us. It's just our payroll company. But we also have Buy the Block, right? We want to own a company that's for real estate called Buy the Block.
Oh, which is kind of a crazy double entendre word for that. Yeah. I love that.
So it's just like that's the type of shit that we're on. Like the shoe shit's cool. Like that's cool. That's automated, whatever.
Right.
Like even if we lose this or do that or we're losing a client here, like it's obviously bad, but we want to keep that. That's supposed to be a train that keeps it going. But we also focus on other things too, just so we can not just be only strapped to shoes.
I like that. I like that.
Because I mean,
I love how you guys are branching off to other ventures too.
I mean, you have to once you not like perfected it, but once you've been doing it and the money's flowing, you have to start delegating. You cannot do it just by yourself. I don't care who you are, what you are, this, that, and the third. You need to delegate to grow, right? Especially if you want to do different things. Because do you want to just have one business that you work for your whole entire life or that you do something? No, you want to have different ventures. You want to have different things that you're doing. So you have to delegate. You have to trust other people to be able to take your baby and watch your baby. At the end of the day.
Absolutely,
is what
bro.
It is, right? You need to have the trust in order to be able to do that, just to be able to put one step forward or the next step forward, because you're just, at that point, you're just betting on yourself.
You are. Yeah.
And I'm going to bet on me every motherfucking day of the week.
That's it, bro.
I don't care what it is. Yeah. So let's bet on it.
If you don't believe in you, why would I?
Exactly, right? Yep. So, and
if you don't take a risk on yourself, why would I invest in you?
Exactly.
Bro?
And that's why I do the things I do in front of my team, and I show them, or I'm so transparent with them, and I show them like, dude, like, y'all make more than me. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
I want to show y'all this because I want y'all to know that as much as y'all are invested in me, giving me y'all's time, and you up here at 9 o'clock at night, we're coming here 7 o'clock in the morning, long ass days where you could be out here living like, living a regular life, which, you're here with me. So I want you to know that, like, bro, I appreciate you, bro. Like,
That's
don't think I don't appreciate you either, because this should tell you. You feel me? Like, all things, like, I could tell you, but this should fucking tell you. You feel me? Like,
I love that.
When it boils down to it, the money is all we give a fuck about.
Yeah.
I don't give a fuck what nobody says.
Yeah. I mean, well, at the end of the day, in business, it's about the bread, right? But I mean, like, people say, oh, you're lucky you don't got a boss. Well, I feel like my customer is my boss.
Yeah.
Because without my customer, I don't have a business to run. Then there is no business. I'm no boss, right?
This is like how I say when I'm on Whatnot and I see people thanking me for replying.
No, thank you
for saying something. And I'm like, why are y'all thanking me?
Yeah,
like, thank you. Without y'all, I ain't shit.
Yo.
So like,
by the way, yo, bro,
appreciate
your success so fast, bro, on there, bro.
And
but
like,
you guys are different.
Yeah,
bro.
not to like, bro. It's tough though.
Oh, it is.
Told me, and
I remember.
Dog, it's not even just like the work. The work is tough too, but just like the ability to source the proper items to be profitable.
Yes.
Like, don't get me wrong. I know in the beginning you have to invest just like every other business.
Yeah.
Right.
And take L's.
And take L's.
Yeah.
Yep.
And thankfully, right, when we started off, I don't know what the fuck we did, but we were doing amazing, right?
Yeah.
We were doubling, tripling our numbers, making actually good money. Like, what the fuck are we doing? Like, maybe this is not so motherfucking bad.
Right.
Right? But as that product started to dissipate, it's been very hard to find
something with those kind of numbers.
Collections, shoes. Gonna go like, bro, I drove to Chicago to go buy a collection from a store and I left with nothing.
No.
What?
But I'm just like, it really happened. Really happened.
Hold on, you bought nothing, or you tried to do a Whatnot sale and you sold everything?
No, I tried to do a deal with a store to
like a buyout out of a store.
Them.
And they didn't sell you shit.
They didn't sell me nothing.
Oh my god.
Drove to Chicago. Right, with Eddie. Drove because, bro, I told her on the phone. She was like, "Oh, how are you gonna pay?" And I'm just like, "Well, for the bullshit, highest bid payout, but subtract a little bit because of the fact that it's bullshit. So highest bid payout,
sure,
right? And then for the good shit, highest bid payout. That's what it is. Okay, that's what the conversation was, right? She wanted it moved kind of quick because I was limited on time too, to like when I could have went and when I could have like how long it would have taken me to get whatever. So I was like, okay, and she could only meet up on this day. So I was like, okay, I'll drive up there and we'll do this. Drove up there, took the whole time, literally took every shoe off the wall, put it in every box. Finally got everything inside in the middle. Made our list, counted everything, told her what our number was, and her number was like double what I was at.
Ouch.
And so it boiled down.
That's the problem, bro. People get emotionally attached to their product, bro.
So I asked her, I'm like, how did you come up with that number, right? Like, I understand that you may, this is a number that you need to get in order for you to do whatever you need to do next. But how did you come up with that number based off of the product that we have? Did you go and do the numbers and see what highest bid payout was? Because that's what I told you I was going to do. So you can analyze and see that my offer is actually according to that. Or how do you do it? Oh, no, I had a system 3 months ago, and that's what it said my total value of goods was 120. So I figured 90,000 was fair. And I'm like, you mean a system that was 3 months ago during Christmas, right? When everything was up.
Yeah.
And also, by the way, that's StockX Ask. Ask is 90-day difference from a bid, right? Or last sales,
crazy difference,
right? 90-day difference, and it could be a drastic difference of $100, $50, and that matters in our game when you're making, 20%, 10% of the shoe or whatever.
Sure.
You know what I mean? So I was like, "Did you do that?" And she said no. So I'm like, basically, you're just saying this, and that's what you need, and I'm telling you this is what it is. So I'm like, so how about this? Let's just go through 20 shoes. Let me show you. Right? And then we'll times it by however many shoes you have and we'll see what it equals. Just to show you that I'm not bullshitting you. Like, I'm literally, this is what it is.
Yeah.
She still didn't want to do it.
Wow.
Kept on giving me like excuse after what she needs, this, that, and the third. So I was just like, really, I could have handled it better and been like, all right, well, can we at least go through stuff like one by one and see what we can come to deal with? But I was just
you were frustrated.
Bro, I was so frustrated.
Yeah, of course.
And plus, my homie lives out there, so I just went and hung out with him.
Okay.
I just went and chilled with him and just chilled at his crib and just hung out with him. But I was just so frustrated. I was just like, Ed, let's go.
But when you spoke with her, you told her it was going to be highest bid payout. She agreed to it?
On Jubilee.
She agreed?
Yeah, she said okay. She said okay.
No,
like,
would have been...
Wow,
bro. It was tough, but for me, I'm not gonna let that be a reason as to why I'm not gonna go buy collections. Now, all I can say is, now I would love to have a list before I go buy the collection, but I'm not gonna let that thing make me stop and be like, well, I'm only gonna go if I have like, no, I'm not gonna let any opportunity. Like, I'll still continue to go risk it for the business.
Yeah, for sure.
Because when you go find collections or when you buy out stores, like, it's pretty worth it.
Yeah,
you know what I mean.
Of course,
it's pretty worth it. You know, like, we drove to Ohio to buy a collection out that my friend linked me up with, and it was like 226 pairs. I bought it for $10,000. And it was SBs.
Yeah, yo, bro.
Fucking Jordan 1s. Like, but it was just, like, it was mainly just SBs.
Yeah,
like,
I saw.
Bro, I mean, like, not even like just like, you know, tight booth or fucking, you know, you have Futuras and
you had some
orange lobsters and
you had purple boxes, silver boxes. I saw that, bro.
Shit, bro. And
yeah,
that's fucking worth it.
Yeah,
you know
sure.
Yeah, that was worth it.
And that was right after a show.
Yeah.
What was that? Houston?
Yeah, Houston.
So right after Houston, he went to Cleveland,
Straight
bro.
from Houston, me and Eddie took one of the cars and just drove straight to Ohio.
Yeah.
And then from there, we drove right back to Tampa.
So just to put that into perspective, my man drove to Chicago and nothing happened, so he had to come back home. He drives from Tampa to Houston, does SneakerCon, and then from there, he goes to Cleveland, and from Cleveland, he goes home.
That's the grind, man.
When was the last time you complained about that?
I'll never do it, bro. That's like,
yo, bro. I'm just bringing that. I'm just saying this because that's part of the grind.
Yeah,
bro.
that's what I'm about to say. Like,
it's not always gonna be a W, bro.
No, like people, they see everything, and when they might, oh, you know, you rich or this,
God.
that, and the third, you know, you do it. They're like, yeah, but do y'all see what it really takes?
That's right, bro.
Right? Do you see what's really being sacrificed in the background? Do you understand really what's going on? Do you know that me and my business partner didn't take money for the first 3 years, and I was living off a pile of shoes in my closet that I was figuring out what to do, and that I was also doing things I did not want to do that I, you know, whatever, you know,
right.
not to go, you know what I mean? But like doing things that I shouldn't have to do and living off, like, you know, y'all don't see that.
You praise my wins, but you never praise how I got them.
Yeah. It's just, they don't, it's just like,
I love that quote.
It's like, no matter how far I get though, like Mark says it too, like, I won't have a lifestyle creep. You know what I mean? Like, I won't like let the lifestyle creep. Like, even if I make so much money,
right?
Like, I'm not gonna give a fuck.
Yeah, for sure.
The goal is still the goal, and until I can have that goal completed, maybe I'll live the life. Now, don't get me wrong. The deep down James, right, who I really am, like, I would love to go be flamboyant and have the nice car and go do that. That's really, like, I would love to. But the responsible James, what really matters.
The good one and the bad one?
Yeah, like, what really matters. He's like, bro, you can't do that.
Yeah.
You got a family, you got a mom and dad who's still working.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You got all this shit that everybody else has too, but like, we trying to be different.
That's it, bro.
Trying to be different. I'm gonna be the change.
That's the mindset.
Yeah.
But you've also been hustling half your life.
Oh, it's all my life, really.
You see what I'm saying? So,
really
so you got to go through the dumb shit.
Yeah.
To appreciate where you're at, you know, like today at 46, I preached to you guys about like, put some money aside, bro. Yo, if you could throw $10 out of every 100 into the stock market and not even look at it, but that shit, $10 ain't. Yo, bro, I hate when
shut up. I literally want to be like,
I hate when people say that shit, bro. I won't say the amount, but I just show these men that I 5x'd a good amount of money in 24 months. Mm-hmm. I made
people's salary, literally.
Someone's salary while I was sleeping.
Yeah.
Or for one stock.
And what it is, right, is that, like, I think it more or less that you got people in here that just, I don't want to say like a statistic, right? But it's just like, you're just like everybody else, right? You just want to get that money today to focus on your tomorrow.
Of course,
just to live for tomorrow, when you're not really like focused on the big picture of like, all right, well, shit, I make $3,500 a month. My bills should not be $3,500 a month. My bills should be $2,000 a month, so I could do this. And well, how can I do that? Clearly, life happens or whatever it has to do. You know, it's harder said than done.
100%.
But if you sacrifice a lot of things, it can be done.
Yes, sir.
It can be. You might have to do other things.
Absolutely, bro.
I mean, like I told y'all, like I only pay myself X amount of money. That's not enough.
No, of course.
You know what I mean? But I have to figure out what I got to do in order to make ends meet. So I'm going to continue to figure out what I got to do to make ends meet so I can get to my end goal, no matter what.
You want to know what's crazy? People ask, yo, what do you do, bro? I don't even know how to answer that no more. Because, like, I think I still customize, right? I'm a customizer. I'm into real estate. I'm into the stock market heavy. Like, bro, anything that can make you a buck.
Entrepreneur.
Yeah, bro. Like,
Yeah.
But what do you do?
Exactly. I do real estate.
Yeah.
Stock for market. I've.
But the thing is, like, I can honestly say it started with the customs, and then you learn how to be financially disciplined, and you're like, wait a minute, if I take a little bit of this and I put it here, bro, there was a point where I didn't know how to invest, but I knew how to save, and I had $500,000 in a savings account, bro.
That's disrespectful.
In my 30s, I think about that today. That could have been multi-millions.
You'd have been straight.
But do I regret it? No, it's a lesson that I've learned. Yo, bro, I'm learning every single fucking day, bro.
You have to, and if you can't,
when you think you know it all, bro, you don't know shit,
you don't know
bro.
a fucking thing.
Nothing. I'm still learning every day, bro.
And that's the thing, though. When you become an entrepreneur, right, and you start risking it and betting on yourself, it almost forces you to become knowledgeable upon the dollar, because at the end of the day, the dollar is a tool.
Yes.
The dollar is a tool. It's pretty freaking simple.
Yeah.
And that's what it forces you to understand is the dollar and how to use it. And what ended up happening is you just figured out how to start using the dollar.
Bro. That's
right?
it.
Whether you understood it, but you had it in a street mindset, but you knew how to apply it in the books.
Right.
Or stocks or whatever you apply it to.
Yeah, for sure.
Right? At least you fucking learned and you did it.
Bro.
Right? And you did it. And that's just really what it boils down to. It's like, that's why they say, I feel like that's what they say. Like, Me being the guy that's an entrepreneur that betted on myself, who really didn't come from, like, my mom was a medical assistant. Now she babysits a kid, right? My dad does IT.
There you go.
Like, that's where I came from.
Yeah.
Right. My mom and dad bought a $50,000 house right when they had me, but thank God they made a good investment. It was a good location,
of course.
Right. But it's not like I came from anything. So I just feel like when you hop into that entrepreneur mindset, it forces you.
I was gonna say, when you're raised that way, you appreciate everything along the way.
Yeah.
When you're born with it all, it's kind of boring.
Well, yeah,
bro.
when you're born with it
It's
all,
boring.
when you're born with it all, and you go to risk it, you feel like you're not really risking it.
No, you're not.
Right? You're just like, ugh.
Yeah.
Right. Oh, 30,000.
Like, yo, throw 10 bands at that.
30,000.
Oh, fuck, we lost it.
Right. For me, bitch, I can't lose $100.
Nah, of course.
You feel me?
I mean,
Like,
we can.
Yeah.
But we don't want to.
No, yeah,
So we triple, quadruple. Yo, all right, fuck it. Let's give it a shot, bro.
Literally,
let's give it a shot, bro.
But there was a time, literally, and
I get called cheap for that, by the way.
I shit you not. There was 2 years into
Why are you so cheap?
2 years into our business,
Fuck out of here.
we did not take one loss on not one shoe.
Good.
Just due to the fact, though, of that.
Yeah.
Due to the fact
Yeah,
of
be protective.
of
Be
being
careful.
super protective and learning. But, bro, there was this one shoe, J Balvin ones. Mark was like, hey, we don't sell it. It's not a loss. And it stayed in my inventory for like 5 years because I paid $650 for Jordan 1 J Balvin High. And I just sold it like a year ago. But I'm just saying, like,
Yeah.
like you said, you look.
Yeah.
I've been coming the fuck up this last 5 years. Fuck it. You feel
Yeah,
me? Like,
yeah,
it's literally, I've been doing what I've fucking been doing. Fuck that shit. You know, and now, right now, as I go to shows or I do things, now it's like, that's how it is, period. Now it's just like, now I look at everything like that, where it's just like, just give me the fucking dollar. Just give me the money back. If it's been sitting here this is the cash flow thing we're playing with right now. You know what I mean? Like, if it's been sitting here for X amount of time, we need to move it. I need that cash back in my hands to keep this shit rolling.
Sell it, reinvest it, get something else.
Just like we talked about before the show. You know what I mean? It's the same exact concept. It's just like,
I wish I would have invested into Monster.
right?
Vikenberry. This shit right here. This shit right here.
Fire.
You know what we gotta do to this clip? The fucking
The shit right here.
What's his name? This shit right here, nigga. This shit right here. This shit's called death. It's so good, bro. It's a juice. It's one of the newest juices. But anyways, off topic. Thank you, Monster.
man. You know, just doing right with the money, man.
Yeah, bro. That's it.
Just doing right, man. Doing right, learning.
Of course.
Understanding the dollar and really just utilizing it, man. And it gets tiring, though. I'm not gonna lie.
Oh, nah, bro. Being an entrepreneur, bro, is exhausting.
Yeah, bro. Because like, even when like you go on vacation, it's not vacation. Like, even when I was on my honeymoon, prime example.
Yeah.
But you think, as soon as I walk away, you think the company's gonna still move if I'm not the one talking to all of the clients?
Yep.
No, I'm still even on my honeymoon.
It's not like you can get lazy on your job.
Yeah.
If you're lazy on your job, you're fucking yourself because you're the boss.
Exactly, bro. So literally, and not to be like that, bro. This last like 3 months, I felt like I've been very lazy with the business, not just because of I just feel like because I'm just sitting in my garage smoking weed, playing video games. Don't get me wrong, I'm hitting up stores and I'm hitting up clients and doing what I can to do whatever. But I mean, in my eyes, at least, I feel like I'm not doing a good job just because I should be leading by example. So literally this whole car ride up is just by myself. So I'm just thinking to myself the whole time.
For sure.
You know what? Damn, tomorrow is a new day. Tomorrow I'm going to wake up. I'm going to go over to the house, right? Wherever it is. And I'm going to, and I'm going to start getting to work. You know, I'm going to ask Eddie, hey, Eddie, what do I have to do? Because at the end of the day, that's Eddie's palace. You know what I mean?
Sure.
That's his spot. I'm not gonna come in there and be like, I'm the boss.
Yeah.
No, I'm gonna come in. Hey, yo, Eddie, what do you need me to do to help you be more successful today? Because at the end of the day, that's his that's his thing. Like he's the sales rep. You know what I mean? He's I'm not gonna come step on your toes. I'm just gonna see how I can help or what can we do to be a team to get to the next step.
That shit is beautiful.
So like that's literally what it is. And in my because we have a meeting every Tuesday with a mentor, my business partner. Like in there, it's our goal this year is my goal this year is lead more by example.
Respect.
You know what I mean? Just lead more by example. So that's just pretty much what it is. So that's kind of what I was in my head about the whole way up here. And then having Jaylene be involved now with the content, you know, so it's just like, it's time for me to step up. It's time for me to get more back into it and put my feet more on the ground and do what I can, you know, and bring more business in.
How long you been reselling for?
I mean, I started with Vault, really. That's when I started.
That's when you started
with
Vault? Vault?
Yeah, I didn't know nothing about it. My friends Nate and Maya, which I say this story is like they're sneakerheads. So like they used to always go social status, go camp out, and they were already into like flipping shoes just to pay for their shoes, right? And they would tell me all the time, like, because they knew I'm a hustler. You know, I was already in the street doing whatever I was doing. People come out here, bro. You know what I mean? I'm like, no, fuck that shit. I ain't finna go out there. Fuck that shit. And I think it was.
How I know it's flipping shoes.
Yeah, I was like, I think the Sean Witherspoons dropped or some shit like that, and they got him at social status, and they was telling me like, dude, these motherfuckers should go for 1,000. You know, make it. I'm like, fuck?
Wait a minute, what?
Go for that?
What? Yeah.
You know, I'm just like, and then, it so happened to get into like I started to go with them, and then Jaylene had a friend she saw that I was doing it too. Like I guess I don't know what happened, maybe posting it that we were at the mall, whatever, right? And she was like, "Oh, my man does the blah 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 blah," and that's how I met Matt. Was like that, and then he took me to the upstairs at the bank where he had everything at. And showed me Air Mags, Wahlburger 4s, Transformer 5, like $1 million in shoes.
So he had that before you even joined.
Yeah, he had all that already.
Right. Wow.
Okay.
Wow.
Him and this dude Drew.
I didn't know that.
This dude Drew, who was kind of reselling prior when the Supreme was hype. His name is Drew. I don't want to give out his Instagram. I don't want to do all that.
Yeah.
But his name is Drew. And he was doing already like Supreme, and he was just like a big Supreme collector. Like had stupid amounts of Supreme. And I guess Matt found him. I don't know what the story is behind that one, but they were kind of already in business together. I don't know the full gist of, you know, who, what, when, where, how. But he asked me to come in and told me he'd give me X amount of the company or whatever for coming and helping and I came in and you saw what I did. You know what I mean? Like, I don't give a fuck when nobody says I did that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I just did it with his authority to give away some shit that he had.
Yeah.
To be able to pay for some things that we might need to get done, but I did that. You know what I mean? It was me and Jaylene. Because I have to give it to her because
that's beautiful.
Because of the fact that like visualizing the aesthetic of the store, visualizing you know, how it should be laid out, or saying, oh, you should hit up this person or hit up that person, you know, putting those ideas into my head. Like, without that I wouldn't have probably even done it. You know what I mean? So I have to give it to that too. But that was that, bro. If we continued what we were doing, bro, we'll be
fucking huge.
If anything, we'd be bigger than Cool Kicks.
I think so, bro.
Because, bro, when we started it, like, not to say like we were the first, whatever. We weren't none of that, but like we were one of the pioneers of like starting. Like that was like when Soul Stage was popping, and like these big ass stores just dissipated.
Yeah.
Right. The only big ass stores that are still relevant are really just Cool Kicks.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, I think really when it comes to like social media and having the fan,
I agree. By the way,
the crowd base where it's just like you could go anywhere you want to go. You could literally open a store anywhere you want to go and you'll be successful because of your fan base.
Yes,
and that's what I mean.
I agree with that.
Personality, and I think that's why you guys were so fucking successful. Is your fucking personality?
No, I mean
realistically, for real.
I never like tooted my own horn, but I know that. Like I know that because of who I am as a person, I people gravitate towards me. I know that. Like I know that for sure. I know that's a strength of mine because my grandmother has always told me that. You know what I mean? Like
love that.
She's always every time I see her, Jimmy, don't forget to take care of the family when I go. Like every time I see her. So I know, you know what I mean? I know. Yeah. For sure. I know that.
Beautiful, bro. James, let me ask you a crazy question. Right now, with everything being down, the economy being down, stock market crashing, the sneakers are just sitting. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Where do you see the resale game going right now, bro?
I mean, honestly, it kind of gave me a little bit of hope with like the Metallic 5s, the Flu games,
the
Galaxies. That kind of gave me some hope. And I'm hoping this month too, because there's some good releases this month too, that it can kind of bring some more hope into the game. But really, man, I think it's just adapting. It's just being able to adapt.
There's that word.
I mean, we're adapting hard, not to get too like we took a huge fucking hit in our business where we stopped business with somebody, which was a ginormous part of our business.
Right.
And we're right now in like the shimmy phase of like figuring out who can replace that elephant
for sure
for our business. So like that's where we're at, you know, but that's my job. My job is to figure it out, and I'm figuring the fuck out. And I felt like I haven't, but I have at the same time.
Gotcha,
like,
for sure.
You know what I mean? I'm coming up with new ideas, new things for our team to do so we can get new people or drum up business with the same people, and it's working and it's doing what it needs to do. But I just think really comes to adapting, understanding, like for me, I want to become more of a B2C than a B2B. I want to focus more or less on my brand, focus on my name, focus on me. Because I've always been told, just like you told me, I've always been told, whether it's in a work atmosphere, 9 to 5, whether it's amongst my friends and my family, that like really I'm the sauce. Like I'm it. So I'm just like, I got to start doing more. I don't even know, like doing more me. You know what I mean? Like put me behind the camera, put me in front, put me in the spot where it needs to be, and I will do what I need to do.
Let me ask you this crazy question. Do you feel like we're in a business where people just like cool, expensive shit? This is why I asked this. Ready for this? The unions that just came out. The red and gray ones, right?
Yeah, the shadow,
What they're sitting at? 3 and change?
Yeah. Kind of, two, a high 2, low 3s, maybe.
Crazy. I think that's fucking absolutely insane. If that shoe was $1,200, it'd probably be $1,200. It wouldn't be $300, and I think everybody would be buying it at $1,200.
Just due to the psychological factor of I want to be like the next person.
People want what they can have.
So I compare it to the stock market. So I'm completely lost with sneakers, right? Because I've been so focused on the stock market. But like right now, you got stocks that are sitting at 30 to 40% off their highs, aka a pair of unions that should be 1,000 are sitting at 3.
So any investor should be like, I'm buying everything.
Yes.
I feel like people wait to hear it on social, like, yo, oh shit, I want them.
It's the FOMO.
It's the FOMO, bro.
The FOMO.
Yeah.
The same exact way of every fucking 20 or 30 years, this cycle happens that we're going through right now, and it makes a bunch of millionaires, and it changes people's fucking lives, right? But then you have people who are just like,
yes.
But what if?
Yes.
But what if?
Yes.
But what the fuck if you don't?
Right. Right.
What if you don't? You're gonna still be the same thing you were doing, right? So what the fuck? Why not?
Yeah, bro.
So it's the same exact concept at the end of the day. Now, for me, I look at shoes. With shoes, it's easily influenced.
For sure.
The market. It could be easily. It could like one person could wear one shoe.
100%, bro.
Fuck up everything. Yeah. It can make it go crazy.
If ASAP Rocky would have wore those at the Met Gala, they would have sold out. They would have sold out.
No, it's the exact concept where like in stocks, we can know that like based off of trends, right, based off of past 100 or whatever the fuck it's been doing it for,
right.
This is the fucking trend. It's not goddamn 100%. Rocket science.
Absolutely, bro.
You're just making it rocket science.
Yeah.
Right. But with the shoe shit, I feel like it's too volatile.
I get it.
To use the right business term.
For sure.
It's too volatile to even right now to be like, I'm gonna invest. You know what I mean? Like I'm gonna put some money in hold or do this and do that. Now you could pick the right shoes and make some money off of it, like Metallic 5s. Like no one knew Metallic 5s are going to be fucking $400.
Right.
Metallic 5s are going for more than Union 1s.
That's crazy, right?
Are they really?
Yes, they're shitting on them.
You're shitting me,
I'm
bro.
not.
Bro, like high threes, low
No,
fours.
yes.
High threes, low
bro.
fours.
Metallic 5s.
Wow.
And I
see that's how disconnected.
But I understand it though because, bro, every day, stores and people. You got metallic 5s?
Really?
Still, you got metallic 5s? Dude, I ran through my pair of metallic. I need a new pair.
Oh.
You know what I mean? Like, so clearly they did something. They hit some type of nerve in the shoe.
Yeah.
I'm hoping that they can, and they hit a nerve too with the flu games. Now the flu games went right back down. They're just chilling at like retail pretty much right now. Yeah. But when they came out, Mitch, everybody and their mother was asking for them.
Really?
With the phone posits. So I feel like maybe right now it's like, maybe because how I look at it, when these hype shoes come out that are just like very like it hits you in the nerve where it's like very what's that word I'm looking for? Nostalgic.
Nostalgic. Yeah.
Right? Get into it right when it comes and sell it right when it comes out.
Yeah.
Right? Or buy them early, maybe a week early, because usually the market on the market price is typically its lowest. For me, and from what I looked at, from what I see, is typically like a week and 2 weeks prior, or maybe a couple days prior to release. Yeah. Then after they release, you have people that have FOMO, so they go online and buy everything, so it turns the market up. And then when everything comes in from online, then it slowly starts to dwindle. So that's why I feel like if you can get the pairs in hand, have them in hand before the sneakers drop. And then when the sneakers drop comes out, have them ready. So everybody who has FOMO, you can give it to them. And they're going to pretty much pay whatever you want because they have FOMO.
Yeah.
That's kind of how I see it. Now, I don't know if that's what it is. Because then you have metallic 5s. It's like, what the fuck? I wish I held every fucking pair that I had because I had 300 fucking pairs that I got for retail. So I was just like, why the fuck not? But that's just what it is, though. It's true. I can't sit there and be like, oh, I should have did this.
No. The should have, could have, would have. I didn't, but I could have. Been that's one of the worst things you could ever do to yourself, bro.
Yep.
Learn from the should have, could have.
Yeah, exactly.
Keep it pushing. Next time, don't. And I bring that up because I got homies that were willing to pay $140 for an Nvidia stock, but when it hit $87, they didn't pull the trigger on it
because it was the hype. Same exact concept with the shoes.
This is what I'm trying to tell you.
You know,
bro.
exactly. They want to go buy the $1,000 shoe for $1,000, but when it's $300, they're like, man, fuck that shit.
Bro, I want to go buy 10 pairs of those Unions just to hold them. I think they're beautiful, bro. And I think when things get better and the market jumps back up, I think that shoe's gonna do $5+.
And I hope, right, because everything has cycles, right? And this new shoe thing, it's not even new because it was happening before everybody really started getting into it, and it started to get popular on YouTube and become something that like now everybody knows, right? Before it was just sneakerheads that knew about it, and they had their own little market. They had their own little thing that they were doing within that market, you know. And now that it's, I guess you can say public.
Yeah,
I would say like it's like a publicly traded fucking thing now.
It is.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, sure.
And now you have the masses into it, and that's what you're dealing with, you know. And
you know what you're not seeing right now on social media? Nobody talking about Bitcoin.
No.
Why? Because it's not 110,000 and there's no hype behind it. Yeah. But it hit 80,000 the other day. Nobody's jumping into that shit.
The smart people are like, I'm buying the fuck out of this shit.
Of course, bro. Yo, bro, I am broke right now, bro.
You have to be, though.
I got about $3,000 to my name.
But like right now, this is the time. But right now, though, in this era of like where we're at with the stock market or whatever, bro. Like you have to be. There's no
bro. Yes,
we are trying to set up ourselves,
bro. This economy is gonna create so many new millionaires.
It should.
This year alone, bro.
It should.
This year alone. We're in May.
It should.
I guarantee you the year ends with thousands of new millionaires.
And I'm hoping that like, you know, I can do that too. You know?
Yeah, bro.
I'm hoping that I can
be free, baby.
You know, like, you know, and it's just, I would love to try to do it.
I'm not telling you, but I'm just saying, open up a Robinhood account, bro, and throw $10 a week at it. Mm-hmm. As if it was coming out of your taxes. Here's the thing. Some of you guys get paid $1,000 a week. I'm just throwing numbers out there. And they deduct, and you take home $700. You don't even look at the deductions because it's so normal already that you don't even care. Right? So you've learned to live off of that $7. Throw $20, $10, bro. Create your own 401k.
You know, a little knowledge too. I don't know if people know this. If you have a W-2 job, depending on where you work, you can have them already do it for you. You can have them already take it out of your check pre-taxed. Right. So you're not just taking out a tax money. Now you're stupid as fuck. Now you're getting double taxed once you take it out. So if you're smart right? You could have a
pre-tax.
Not even to say you should do this because I'm not giving nobody
advice. No. Financial. We're not
I don't
give
nobody financial advice, right? I'm just saying, in my eyes, I see this as a good idea.
Sure.
You know, get a freaking life insurance policy, you know, and have your company pay if they match you or if they do whatever. Yes. You just put what you want to save into that, but do as much as you fucking can. And I feel like depending on the type of, I don't know how you set it up, right? But if you set up your life insurance policy correctly, you know, you can borrow against it. You can do certain things with it to create assets for yourself.
Yes,
and
sir.
You can literally play the bank to yourself.
Yeah.
So if you know what you're doing and you set that up properly, you can do it tax-free.
Right.
Prior to you just, because most people just get paid their money, set up themselves, and then pay the money from that to that account.
Yes.
And it's like, that's fucking stupid. Okay. How about you take it out of your fucking check? Because you can just tell your business that you work for, hey, whoever your payroll company is, I want it to go to here, to this account first before my tax. And that's what they have to do.
That's right. Just
that simple.
Yeah.
Not saying you should do that, though.
No, not at all. Not at all. Did you know that you can borrow money against your stock portfolio?
Yeah. It's at the end of the day, it boils down to something simple. You can borrow against an asset.
An asset. Yeah.
Simple as that. If you have an asset, you can borrow against it. If it's a equitable, I don't even say use it. If it's a cash flowing asset,
right?
An asset that's actually making you money or can make someone money, or not just a car, right?
Right.
Yeah. But an asset that can make you money, yeah, you can borrow against it.
Elon Musk bought Twitter, with $41 billion that he borrowed from his shares that he owns of Tesla.
Correct.
Tax free.
Literally. It's the smartest thing you could have ever did. He just bought an asset with
an asset.
With his assets, too.
Yeah, with his assets. It's called leverage, bro.
It's just leverage.
No bank in the world is gonna be like, nah, I'm good.
It's just leverage.
Wait, you want $300,000 on $1 million house? Yeah, I got you, bro.
And I've learned that being with my business partner and seeing and maybe saying like, oh, I could go to. He's like, no, that's not what you do.
Yeah.
This is what you do.
Yes, sir.
And then I'm like, oh, so that's what you do.
Yeah.
And I'm like, now I'm gonna take it in my term, and now you unleash the beast.
That's
now you made me go through down a wormhole for 3 days.
Yeah.
Now I'm a fucking professional realtor or whatever the fuck it is.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Course, bro.
Yeah, that's how my mind works though. That's how my mind. You give me something, I'm in it. You know what I mean? I'm just in it. But yeah, no, that's exactly what you could borrow. Just borrow against an asset.
Love that, bro.
You could do with your business too. You could.
Yes, bro.
You could do a lot.
As long as your books are right and you're profitable, of course. Yeah,
you can do a lot of things, August. It's not that difficult. It's really not that hard. If you can have your business look good on paper, you can go use someone else's money.
That's it, bro.
That's really what it is.
Always use, if you can, bro.
OPM, other people's money.
Other people's money, bro.
That's what it is, bro. Like, I'm never finna use my money. I'm always finna use other people's money.
No, why not, bro?
I got faith in my ability to know how to handle the money.
That's it. That's it. See, but that's the difference, bro. You got financial discipline. You know what I'm saying?
Kind of. I hope.
I mean, you do, bro.
No, what it is, bro, is like, I get it. I understand, but definitely we all have our vices and we all do what we do, right? Big A fucking leaves the country every goddamn month. Right? I smoke a pound of weed a month. You know what I mean? Like, we all have our vice. I don't know what Joe does.
I got a flight in 12 hours, as a matter of fact.
But you know what I'm saying? Like, we all have our vices, bro. It is what it is. We're all human. At the end of the day, I'm not perfect, right? I have my flaws and my highs and whatever it is. And I would like to think I am financially sound. But I could be 10 times better. I could be 10 times better. I just choose to invest in others than to give it all to me so I can feel it in my pocket.
I got another question for you. So, if y'all don't, you guys know, but they might not know. I actually own a sneaker convention. That's going to kind of factor into this. I've noticed literally the past 2 or 3 shows, vendors are falling the fuck off, right? Because the sneaker market's been declining. We can kind of see it getting a little bit better right now, right? Of course, this year. But what makes you thrive in a fucking declining market? Like, when I say thrive, I mean he's fucking thriving. And I'm seeing vendors drop left and right. I know that because they're not getting tables because they're telling me, hey, I got out the game. But you...
I think it's just due to the fact of how people operate. Prime example is what we spoke about, how someone might not want to let go of their inventory because they don't want to take that big of an L, or they're like cut to just holding. Well, in that case, when you do that, you don't create relationships, right? At the end of the day, it boils down to creating, like how I told you, I never come to somebody with an intention to get money from them. I come to them as a friend.
I love that.
And it is true, though. It is to end up getting somewhere that's going to mutually benefit us.
Yeah.
But if just who I am as a person, I'm very friendly. You know, I mean, you saw in the group chat, I won most conversations in Saudi Arabia because I just talked to fucking everybody.
Yeah, and where that got you? Where that got you, bro?
And to number 3 license plates house. You feel me? Like it just
come on, bro.
You know what I mean?
Come on, bro. Come on, bro. We were G-wagoning out there, bro. Brand new G-wagon shit, bro.
But like, I think it boils
crazy.
down to the sheer fact of them as a person.
Yeah.
It's just it's not because of the shoes. It's not because of what you bought. It's because of just you. It's because of the decisions that you made and you thought that was correct in that time, and then you let an obstacle defeat you. Bro, we're all going through the same thing everybody else is going through.
Yeah.
You think I haven't took thousands of dollars of losses this year? You think I haven't had to be like, fuck, well, thank God we didn't pay ourselves for fucking 3 years, because now we're right back into the gist of it. We're investing back in our people because, you know, bro, we're all going through the same thing. Maybe not all of us. Maybe not Oscar Soul or whoever the fuck. These ginormous people who could eat me. But it's just the name of the game, bro. There's cycles. I have no choice. I betted on myself. I have no other job.
I was just gonna say to answer that, Joe. This is his only way out.
Like I have
a lot of these smaller vendors. Respectfully, this is the sneaker game is a part-time gig. It's the
I feel like
the
a lot
fuck
of
you
it,
money. For
yeah,
them.
I feel like a lot of it was just like something to do to make mommy and daddy happy, or whatever it is, right? I don't even want to say that either, but like whatever it is, whatever made you do it, or you know, maybe you're not cut out for the struggles of having the highs, but also having the lows. So when the lows come, you fucking kick rocks and you go to a 9 to 5, right? And that's cool. I'm not saying that's bad. You could go do that.
Sure,
too,
sure.
You could go live the 9 to 5 life and own your own business as long as you know how to do the tax game and know what the fuck you're doing. You know what I mean? But you can do all that. But for me, I feel like it's just the person, right? Because I mean, it is hard. Yeah. Don't get me wrong, bro. I mean, I came to the event. I came with $50,000 ready to spend. I went through every single table. I bought like 10, 20 shoes, and I bought like 10, 20 shoes, and that's pretty much what it was, because it was just a bunch of vendors that are just stuck into like, well, damn, I invested $10,000. If I sell everything, I'm gonna have 7.
Yeah.
What do you have right the fuck now?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, bro.
Yep. What, are you gonna sit there with your thumb in your ass?
Right. Yeah.
Are you gonna slowly sell shit to pay your bills?
Yep.
So then when it comes time to be like, oh shit, I have nothing left to sell. How am I gonna pay bills? Well, that's what fucking happened. Like I told you about the story. That
100%.
Same exact concept, bro. Yeah. Cash the fuck out. Bet on yourself again.
Take the L.
And guess what? You might come right the fuck back up, triple, quadruple better than where you were at last time. But that's the issue, bro. That's just the main issue, is just that like people just don't want to let go. Yeah. Really just don't want to let go. Like, I don't hope if he sees this, whatever, I'm not gonna say his name, but like there's this guy who's been posting the same inventory for the last like 4 months on his story. I'm just like, he works a 9 to 5 or whatever, and I'm just like, yo, let me come buy everything. You know, I'll do highs but payout. I would do that too over and over again for my collection. So then why are you trying to like what are you like? I'm just confused. I just get confused. I'm just like, so what are you like? Well, I'm not trying to tell you how to do anything with your money, dude. You know what I mean? But I'm like, what the fuck are you doing with your money? Yeah. We're not in the time where it's okay to be sitting in shoes. It's going down. It's not going up.
You know, I've made the executive decision in my life to get rid of every pair of sneakers that I own.
Right, because you're it's might as well, right?
I'm in Vomeros every day, bro. I got a pair to walk, a pair to go to the gym. I got 9 different colorways to chill in. Like, and I want nothing but blank tees from now on. Like, I've gone through all the hoops and loops, bro. Like, you know, when I was a kid, it was about Iceberg. Like, I think about that. I used to think about how I used to get paid on Friday. I used to blow the whole bag by Saturday and borrow money from my parents on Sunday to pay them back on Friday to do it all over again, over again.
Just, everyone's playing catch up.
Yeah. But I thank God I did all that stupid shit, bro. Early.
It allowed you.
Not in my 30s.
It allowed you, right? Same concept like with me. Like when I was having that fast money fresh out of high school, doing what I was doing, I was in the club, getting a section at 18, 19 when I'm not supposed to be there, popping bottles, managing artists, I put a guy on a tour. Like I did it. You know what I mean? I created a tour. I bought Xavier Wolf down, who's a pretty large fucking underground artist. Like, I did these things, and I had it, and then met my wife, and I'm out of here. Now I'm only 22, but guess what? I done lived it already, motherfucker. Yeah. Like I'm straight. Now I get it. I done spent millions already splurging and doing whatever the fuck we're doing.
You want to hear a crazy story? I'm 46. I haven't been to a strip club since I was 18.
Because
I did it from 13 to 18.
You got it all out of you,
bro.
You feel me? Saying like I got it all. Like
from 13 to 18, I partied hardy.
That's why I'm like, dude. I gotta tell my wife because there's something about hit that. There's times I'm not. I mean, not to be like that. There's times where she be complaining, you know, because I be playing video games.
Yeah.
And I'm like, motherfucker.
Yeah.
At least I'm inside playing.
For real.
Yeah,
for
I'm
real,
not
bro.
outside going fucking wild. Yeah.
Goddamn garage.
Yeah.
Eating Pringles.
Yeah.
Smoking a joint.
Yeah.
Go take a
Talking
seat
to my
and join me.
friend on the NCAA. I'm not out here.
That's right.
At the strip club.
Yeah.
I'm not out here doing whatever God knows what.
Yeah.
Hanging out at a friend's
You know exactly
house.
where I'm at.
I'm
Yeah.
here in the garage.
It's easy in
Playing
Tampa to go to the strip clubs.
motherfucking video games. So
Yeah.
you should be at peace.
Yeah, for real, bro. I love that shit.
No, but
bro.
I get it though. I get it too because I be in there a lot.
No. I got it. Though.
I get it too. I
Yeah.
get it too. But yeah, that's just the same thing around. We got it out of us.
That's
you know?
beautiful.
We got it. Now I'm just in the crib.
You sitting there rolling up a J,
Yeah.
eating some Pringles. What are you playing?
NCAA.
That's it. Okay.
NCAA.
All day. That's all I play. Ultimate
That's great.
Team. NCAA.
I love that.
That's what I'm
man.
locked in on. I just checked it the other day. I'm 40 days I've been on there. This whole like it tells you how many times.
Yeah.
40 days and 22 hours.
Like you've played? That's
And
something.
that game been out for only a year.
Oh.
That's crazy.
I said,
That's fucking crazy.
I was like, hey, bro, my friend who I play with, I'm like, hey, bro, how much time you got? You feel me? Just to like here. He's like 42 days. I'm like, oh, thank God.
Hey, as long as it ain't interrupting the work, bro.
No, I'm just chilling, bro.
Chilling.
I'm just
Yo.
That's your free time. That's your.
You know what's funny that you just said that? My shorty asked me yesterday. She goes, "What do you watch on TV?" I said, "I don't remember the last time I turned the television on. I swear to you, I don't, bro." But and then I had to think about it, and I thought about it, I was like, "Oh, Difa Thens, right? That's what it's called."
Yeah,
Den of Thieves too.
Den of Thieves.
I saw it on the way to Denver. It was a 4-hour flight, so I watched it on there. But if it wasn't because I was in the plane, I don't watch TV, bro.
Bro, I watched this. Who was saying it? But they were saying like a psychologist told him that on an airplane is when you should be like doing creative stuff because of I guess like the way the air is and like the oxygen and and the blood flow in your brain. It like allows the most creative juices to happen in the airplane. Yeah. I don't know. I just said that it was random, but yeah, I just thought about that. I don't know. Instead of you watching movies, maybe you could do what Big A does. I don't know.
James, we've been at it for about an hour now, bro.
I appreciate y'all. Even
No. We ain't over. We ain't over. We need you to do one more thing for us, bro. If there's somebody out there right now, bro, that's trying to get out of whatever the hell they're into or whatever they want to get into, what do you tell that person, bro? You know what I'm saying? Like, yo, all I got is $200 and I live with my mom and dad. I'm 18 years old and I don't want to go to college and I want to do this, but I'm scared.
I guess it boils down to the thing I went through when I lost my job, right? Because I got fired. They let me have my job until I bought my house. And when I bought my house, they fired me just because so I can get my house.
Oh, shit.
Right? And that was at the time where I left Vault. Right? It was like right in the middle.
In the middle of it.
Right? And I was like, what do I do? And my wife was just like, bet on yourself.
Oh, yeah.
She's like, you're already making enough money selling the shoes. Just bet on yourself. So I guess that's what I would tell you is just like, if you have a plan, really, if you have an idea or a passion that you want to go do, just know that it's not going to be easy. And especially if you don't come from nothing, it's definitely not going to be easy. And you're going to go through so many things that tell you should not do this. But if you continue to bet on yourself, you will always end up on the better side.
Yes,
I feel
sir.
like.
Yes,
I just
sir.
feel like the grass is always greener.
Of course, bro.
Especially when you're working for yourself or when you're putting like it's on you. You know, like you said that, like you just said, like I have to work when I'm on vacation because if not, all I'm doing is fucking myself.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
It's like to say, like, bro, you gotta bet on yourself because what are you gonna do? Sit there and just cry and mope, and then what? If you only have $200 to your name, how long is that? How long can you last off of crying and moping with that? You know what I mean? So you gotta just tighten up, bet on yourself, and just know that not that one obstacle that you're going through right now isn't gonna stop you from becoming what you want to become.
Procrastination is like masturbation.
For real though.
At the end of the day, you're only fucking yourself.
Yeah, it's for real. No,
so get out there and get it done.
Just bet on it. Don't wait and just go. This is stronger than anything else.
Bro.
Right? It just shows you that.
Yeah.
Simple as that. fight or flight, like these things that kick in your brain that allow you to become a superhuman.
Yeah, bro.
Right? It's possible. Yeah. It's just on you knowing that it's possible. Really, I feel like it's just like I said, betting on yourself.
100%.
You know, so bet on yourself.
It's such a mind fuck, bro, because my gym bros, one is 300 pounds, the other one's like $170, and the other one's like 200, and I'm 3. So you got all different sizes, and bro, these motherfuckers are lifting weight that I can't even look at, bro. And they're like, yo, you could do it. And bro, I shout out to all 3 of them, bro. Like they've helped me get to places in that gym, bro, that I could have never done, bro.
You couldn't even fathom that you could have done.
Never, bro.
Because that's what it boils down to. Is just like, we could really do. It's the simple phrase that everybody tells you. You could do whatever you put your mind to.
Yeah.
And how stupid and cliche that sounds, it's the motherfucking truth. It's the truth, bro. It's just that simple.
Another reason why you're still in the same position that you're in is because of the circle that you keep in.
I'm
sorry. I'm telling you right now.
I 100% agree with that.
I've lost my friends that I've had for years, bro. Family. I'm talking about blood, bro, that I haven't spoken to in years.
Mm-hmm.
You change, bro. You move differently, bro. Like,
and some people.
And I'm not saying anything about them. I love them to death, bro. But I just move a little different.
Some people can't keep up, right? Like, not to get too like how I told my wife when I first met her. Listen, I got tunnel vision. I'm going one the fuck way.
That's it, bro.
Either you finna keep up or I'm finna lose you.
That's it.
And it's not like me being an asshole.
Yeah.
It's really just me telling you the truth. And I feel like that's me being even less of an asshole because I'm telling you really what it is. I'm not finna sit here and sugarcoat it for you.
That's it.
I'm finna tell you what my goal is. This is what I'm finna do. And if you hinder me, you think I'm gonna sit there and drag you, I'm finna let your ass go.
Yes,
because I have a goal. And that applies to everybody in my life. That doesn't just apply to her. No, that applies to my mom, my dad, my sister, my business partner, anybody. I have a goal. And if it so happens to have someone that I don't want it to be, that the goal is, I guess, for, whether it's my family, because it's always for them, and they end up, like, then that's on you. You finna miss out on the goal.
Yeah.
It's just that simple. Like, I got a goal. I'm not here to carry on my back. I done did that already.
Yeah.
I ain't here to do that no more. I'm gonna do it when I'm done. Don't let me do it. If I do it right now, then I'm never going to be able to do it for the rest of our lives.
Yes, sir.
You feel me? You feel what I'm saying? So let me wait a little bit, bro. Wait, sacrifice like I'm sacrificing. So then when the time comes, I got all of us.
Sacrifice, bro. Fucking become a hermit, bro. Become a hermit, bro. Don't leave your garage. Stay in that bitch,
but that's what I became, dog. It's literally what I became. It's just and I haven't gained weight. You know what I mean? I've done, I've became more in tune with my body, been eating the best food possible that I can, and that's what I do.
You just got a cow delivered.
Yeah, literally, just got a cow delivered.
Cow delivered.
And
like seriously, yeah.
That's what I spend my money on.
There you go.
Weed and food.
Yeah.
Same, pretty fucking simple.
Yeah.
We eat like kings, and I smoke like a king. And
there you go.
Just what it is. I'm sorry, guys, if you don't like it, but that's literally all. I don't have a Rolex. I don't have a nice car.
How old are you?
I just turned 30.
30.
My wife doesn't have a nice car. You know what I mean? Like, she still drives the same car. Her first car that she got out of high school, she still drives that car. You know what I mean? Like, I don't got, you know what I mean? Like, no, I'm focused on something else. I ain't focused on that role.
Your goal is,
much bigger.
Freedom.
Yeah.
You know?
James, bro. It's been a pleasure having you on here.
I love y'all guys.
Facts,
I
appreciate you, brother. Thank you so much, man.
Always, dog.
Yeah. Oh, you better make sure you shout out everything. That camera right there.
Oh, yeah. Listen,
everything.
Guys, listen. Follow me. Run the Block 813. It's simple on all platforms. TikTok, Instagram, YouTube, whatnot. And that's it. That's all the platforms.
Run the Block 813.
Run the Block 813.
There we go.
Simple.
That's it, baby.
Appreciate you guys. I love y'all for real for letting me come in here and say what's up.
Of course.
Talk with my dogs, and I appreciate it.
Nah, same, brother. Thank you. Love you guys. Let's go.
Appreciate y'all.